A to the K.
To the K. To the K.
Hello one and all, welcome to the A2theK Wrestling Show, where today we are bringing you Royal Rumble reactions and review.
Yes, we
Got
are.
to watch this live in living colour. Look in my... Punk was not there.
No, he wasn't.
But yeah, we stayed up for this.
We did.
And
we did.
WWE Network said it would start at 1 a.m. and we'd be safely tucked up in bed, I stress, not together, by 3:45, I think. And
nearly 5:30 in the morning. I got home,
in the morning. Yeah.
5:30 in the morning.
Yes.
And then I went to work.
So thank you, WWE.
I kid, obviously, it was a weekend, so it's good.
Yeah, of course. But there's never a bad Royal Rumble.
No.
Now, last year that wasn't true.
This was better than last year. Last year is the only bad Royal Rumble.
The only bad Royal Rumble, because, strangely enough, kicking off the show, Anthony, we had the men's Royal Rumble.
I know. Do you know what? I was
unusual.
I'm glad we're revisiting this now, because I was a little unsure about like the setup, and I still don't know how to feel about it. Like, it hasn't caused a particular problem. Like, I'm not coming out of this going, that Royal Rumble was a fucking mess. But it was a strange feeling to open with the men's Rumble.
Yeah. I think...
I don't think it was necessarily a bad shout, though.
99% of the time, it has ended the show. The only one time I can think of where it hasn't closed...
Go to an Anchorman reference
was... I was not. Was Rock and Punk for the title.
Yeah.
In which The Rock won. So, and I'll stress, right? Undertones of this pay-per-view or premium live event... We hedged...
Undertones, was that the band spot?
Maybe. We hedged a lot of our bets that The Rock was showing up.
Yes, we did.
Right? Why wouldn't we? Booker T on commentary mentions The Rock.
Yeah.
Basically, there's about 10 different...
Rock bottom.
Everything's
Everything's electrifying.
Subtle hints everywhere.
Et
the whole promotional posters had electricity all over it, right? And then the Rumble goes on first. So in our minds, we're going, why would they do that unless The Rock is turning up later? Yeah. Right. So,
oh no, it's Dwayning. Yeah, they were all over it, man, with the puns.
So we'll come on to the main event later.
Yeah, but I will say, regardless of how that went, we'll talk about it, as you say. It did seem to work. I think they ended it in the right place.
I think the ending was actually fantastic.
Yes.
I think we let ourselves down by being convinced The Rock was showing up. And he fucking wasn't. But WWE, a lot of that's on your shoulders because you made it.
You knew what you did.
Yeah. But anyway, I digress. So the men's Rumble match, Anthony.
Yeah.
Opened the show.
Yeah.
And it opened with Walter and Sheamus.
It did.
Banger Bros.
Well, now we can't use that anymore. It's like someone in WWE realised that may be referencing something else.
Yes, I love that though. You can just imagine that meeting. Just this one guy who's known the entire time, and he's like, I don't want to say anything.
Or they're like, Banger Bros is trending.
Yeah.
Oh. That's not Banger Bros.
But yeah, so we had. Did I say Gunther before? Or did I say Walter? Did I mess that up?
I think you said Walter.
Oh, I meant Gunther, of course. If I did, but so Gunther was the first entrant. And
I will say, before we get into any of that, the longer we've called him Gunther, the more it really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
I think
we were arguing over Walter versus Gunther. They're both kind of
much of a muchness.
Yeah, and I'm like, now I'm used to it. I'm totally fine with the name change.
Yeah, I think when we start comparing him to the guy from Friends, and also was like, how are we going to pronounce it? Is it Gunther or is it Gunther?
I mean, even WWE still haven't figured that one out. Well, if you ask Michael Cole, it's Gunther.
Yeah, so who knows? But he came out as number one and was an absolute fucking stud in this. Lasted all the way to the very end.
He did. He's got some stamina.
He certainly has. I don't know whether I think he might have set a new record, beating Rey Mysterio's time, potentially. But even if he didn't, he lasted an hour and 11 minutes.
Hard to catch Rey Mysterio, though, so I get why he lasted so long.
Exactly. Like, who's that jumping out the sky? Where's he gone?
It's REY.
We'll come on to Rey Mysterio. Should we just talk about that now as well?
Might as well. It's probably the biggest puzzle of the Rumble because they didn't address it.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest thing for me. They just didn't address it. His music hits. He doesn't come out. They're like, oh. And then never mention it again. Like, I think we were meant to know what happened because Dominic come out after that.
With the Rey Mysterio mask puppet.
Yeah. And it's like, so, okay, so we get that he's probably done something to Rey. But the commentary team didn't mention it ever again.
No.
And that was probably the weirdest part of this for me. It's like, and again, so we don't care.
Because we're fucking marks, instantly we were then going, well, it's going to be a number 31.
Yeah.
Even though full well we both know the rules are if you don't make the entrance, you're disqualified. So there isn't going to be a 31. But
here's the thing, though. Do you think they are going to do something with that? Because do you not think, you mentioned this at the time, and sorry to jump ahead, but you mentioned this at the time, Cody winning and then jumping over the top rope himself.
Did you do that, Cody?
Just seemed a bit too specific.
Yeah.
So it's like, are they going to try and do something with that story-wise going forward to go, well, you eliminated yourself, Cody, and Ray never got to enter, so, really.
I mean, maybe. Obviously, we've got the whole Axelmania thing where Curtis Axel never ended up getting eliminated, and that went on for a long time. But did he make the walk? I can't remember. Whereas Mysterio, I don't know whether he's disqualified.
Yeah, no, for me, like, logic would say he never entered. But this means I don't know. It doesn't sit well with me, man. Like, they didn't even replace him. Look how many times they've had someone get knocked out and be replaced, and they're just like, nah, Cody just beat like 28 other men.
Yeah,
it doesn't have the same ring to it, but whatever.
It doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, so obviously Cody. Yeah, Cody was the winner, and he came out at number 30, which was odd. It was an odd choice.
I mean, yeah and no, because he put in the work. Like, this Rumble was kind of strange in that sense as well, because you had like a good while where it was kind of just a match.
Yeah, it was so weird, wasn't it?
So it's not like he come in at 30, eliminated a couple of people, and was like, I win, yeah. He put some time in there, because I thought number 30 makes sense because he's still not 100%. He's still got the scar, which I'm sure he emphasised with a blusher or something, but he's still got the scar. He's obviously ready to be back in the ring, but he's still healing up. So I was like, well, maybe it's a good way of like reserving it. But then the chops he was taking from Gunther, I'm like, nah, okay, it's not about protecting the pec.
Yeah. Did you hear him in the post-Rumble conference afterwards as well? Yeah. He was basically saying that, luckily I'm still fine, as much as, Gunther tried his best to, do other...
He did make a joke, didn't he, about, like, he'd already tore one sort of thing. So it wasn't... Yeah, so for me, it wasn't about protecting that. And again, I kind of liked the way it went. It was a little bit different, where it went just, like, come in, eliminate people, and, like, yeah, victory. It was like, you had to earn that. Even coming in at number 30, you had to earn that fucking win.
It was definitely the most different Rumble in that sense. I think this is maybe the first time where we had, what did we have, like a 7 or 8 minute match at the end between Cody and Gunther to see who was going to win it. So it was definitely different in that regard, but I don't know what it is about number 30 in the Rumble. I feel like that should be the ultimate surprise, because it's the last opportunity you have to surprise somebody.
Yeah.
And in a Rumble that lacked surprises, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I think the roster itself is pretty ridiculous now, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't be wrong, that's the thing. It was a really good Rumble, but if you were watching it for surprises, it wasn't that strong. No. Like, the surprises we got, right? Booker T. Okay, that was quite fun.
Mm-hmm. Also called it.
Yeah. You did. You did call it. Eliminated fairly quick, but let's be honest, it was an appearance because he's a legend.
Yeah.
He wasn't expected to do a great deal. Edge, who at this point just appears every Rumblemas.
It's like the Grinch.
He is. And Logan Paul, probably the biggest surprise in itself.
Yeah. I think people thought maybe he would show up if he was healed from his injury, but I think it was... I don't know. Everyone expected Edge, and we call Booker T, but even Logan, we weren't thinking.
No, he's rocked up now as a healer's reputation.
Which that in itself is interesting. So, obviously, one of the big takeaways from this Rumble was
we did have a takeaway.
Was the jumpy clash spot in the middle of the ring. Now, right?
A lot of people love that. I think we can both agree.
Yeah,
it was by no means bad.
This was classic WWE finding something that worked previously and trying to replicate it for the same success. And obviously, there was that picture going around, wasn't there, from Saudi, of Logan and Roman, that kind of very looked like a video game, didn't it? Where he's jumping and about to punch him, and it was like, wow, what a shot. And they went, that was cool, that went viral.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. How can we improve on that? People loved it, but...
See, for me, because it was still impressive, right? But it was very much like trying to deliberately make your funniest home videos. Yeah. No, hit me in the head with the... It's like, no, you can't plan it, right? It's less funny when you plan it, right? And it's the same thing with this, is like they've tried to manufacture something that was a natural, like, wow moment. And we're being skeptical and snarky and fucking bitter wrestling fans, so we didn't enjoy it. But it did work. They manufactured it and people fucking bought it.
Yeah, I mean, it got a holy shit chant and stuff and everything, didn't it? So some people fucking loved it, but I don't know. I could see through the bullshit. And it's no offense to Ricochet, but it's like he had this impressive moment with Roman Reigns, the champion of the company, and they've tried to replicate it, but with Ricochet, and it just doesn't. It's just not going to be the same. Even though it's
On
like
the joy,
both jumped into fully mid-air, but
the joy of it is that they let Ricochet be in the Rumble, which is nice.
Well, yeah. Basically, what can I do to get into the Rumble? What if I do a mid-air fucking collision with Logan Paul?
And that's the only thing you can call it, collision as well, because he just smacked into each other. It was kind of... It was a cool spot, don't be wrong. It was just too on the nose that they manufactured it.
Damn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking things that just went splat on the floor, Kofi Kingston, 2nd year in a row, fucked it up.
Well, I thought they were going to try and recover that because he landed, and then they were like, "Oh, I don't know if his second foot touched," and then it's like, "Okay, he is eliminated."
Yeah, so he was eliminated. But I think to be fair to Kofi, he posted something, didn't he? He was like, I can't remember the exact words, but he was like, it just wasn't in the plans of the universe or whatever. Rest in peace or whatever. So I think
this is his new Rumble streak, to be honest.
Well, how can he mess up trying to stay safe? Possibly. So not a great showing in that regard. We did get Mr. Lesnar coming out relatively early on, and got eliminated.
Yep.
But before he did, he had a little stare down with Gunther, which I think, what I feel about big men slapping meat.
Yeah, you love it.
So I like that. But obviously Bobby was the guy to eliminate him, and he went a little bit apeshit, didn't he?
It was Bobby's run that was getting me. I mentioned this to you at the time. I don't know why he was running like that.
Every time there wasn't just a one off. It was like little weird, like kind of.
I don't know what he was doing, but yeah. I'm not a big fan of the recall to Bobby and Brock. They're obviously going to go for a third. I'm not a massive fan of that as a concept. I know some people love it, but I'm like, we had two good matches. I don't need another.
Like the potential shining light,
the tease and the Gunther thing.
Well, yeah, this potential shining light with it is it may happen at the Chamber as opposed to Mania. So hopefully Mania could be Gunther versus Brock. I think the demand is there for it, and they teased it with the stare down.
And can I just slight digression here? But are we ready to feel sorry for Baron Corbin yet? I've been saying this for a long time, right? He just gets shat on all the time. I don't know why we're meant to not like him. Like, as fans, they trying to put him across as an unlikable heel, but he just constantly gets shat on all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he come out to Brock Lesnar's tantrum this time, so ultimately never made it that long in the Rumble. I think got thrown in and thrown out as quick as it did. Pretty much. But Corbin just seems to, he's still unlucky Corbin, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because, everything, I don't know, it's a disservice to the man.
He can't get over, can he, to save his life? They've tried so many different gimmicks. They've now paired him with JBL, so I think he's happy to have any kind of spot in the company.
I think at some point we're going to respect Baron. He's there. He's working his ass off day in, day out. He's never had that run. But I think at some point towards probably the end of his career, they're going to go, let's give him a title run. He's earned it, and the fans are going to get behind that and respect that because he's put the time in.
It's a shame, obviously, as Kurt Angle told us when we chatted to him. I'm going to do this all the time now because we can. It's a shame they didn't do anything with him after he retired Angle. That was the moment to make him. Yeah. And they dropped the ball, unfortunately. But he's had all the worst gimmicks, and he was the King Corbin thing, Commissioner Corbin. Any shit gimmick you can have.
He's paid his dues, man.
Give it to Corbin. So, I don't know. Maybe, was the Lone Wolf the best Corbin? And even that
not
wasn't
really,
great,
but
so
he deserves something.
But yeah, we did get Logan Paul and Seth Rollins as well. So Logan Paul eliminated Seth, so I think that's going to set something up for Mania. But ultimately, it came down to Gunther and Cody. Cody was the winner, and goes on to WrestleMania.
Yes, he does.
In the main event.
And I feel, you know what? And this is no thingy to Cody because we've talked about the story of Cody, and I'll have to mention it again briefly. But this was a great Rumble in the sense of at the end of this Rumble, I wasn't bothered if who won out of the two of them. Both of them would have been a fucking brilliant choice. Yeah, they both earned the spot. The last 7 or so minutes with just the pair of them was fantastic. If Gunther had won this, I wouldn't have been upset even slightly. Now, don't get me wrong, the story that Cody's telling needs telling. I think you and I have both said in some ways it'd be too easy for him to win the Rumble and get the belt at Mania, and that's the story done so quickly and so easily. I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know if there's going to be more to this, but that's what they've done. They've gone, he's won the Rumble, so he's got the title shot.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued to see where they go. But if he'd not have won it, that's not saying the story wasn't going to continue. So I wouldn't have been bothered. And I think the fact that they landed us at a point where it was like, at this point, whoever wins, we're fucking happy, was a fucking really good finish.
Yeah. Do you think he's gonna go up against Reigns for both belts, or do you think that something may happen between now and Mania where that won't be the case anymore?
I expect shenanigans.
Okay. In the sense of shenanigans in their match, or shenanigans beforehand to split the titles, or
Sami shenanigans.
Okay.
They've already referenced Sami being in the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. That reveal of the chair covers suggested he's going to be in the chamber itself. I feel like there's obviously the Sami bloodline stuff, which we'll get onto, isn't done. I feel like Sami is going to be the reason that the belt's split, and I think he's going to be the mechanism for that.
Interesting.
Yes.
But we are going to get Cody probably versus Roman as the main event of Mania.
Indeed.
So,
Indeed.
Then, following on from the Rumble, we had the Mountain Dew pitch black.
All right. I'm sorry, but whoever liked this, I don't know why. Right? I have not seen. I feel like I'm by myself completely on this, Carl. Right? I've seen people go, you know what? I actually liked it. It was all right. Right?
Yeah.
I've seen people go, I didn't like it, and the only good thing about it was LA Knight.
Oh God, that's definitely not an opinion we agree with.
And then there's me over here going, I didn't like it, and I don't like LA Knight.
So
that's where I am.
I will give them props for trying something different, right? The problem, well, there was a lot of problems. One of the main problems with this was the whole Mountain Dew. Like, it was a massive commercial, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, the thing, the setup, the blacklight stuff would have been pretty cool.
That could have been cool. It was a different look for Bray. He had the paint on, like you called it before. I was like, what's he got on his teeth? What, like, we knew something was going to happen. And then obviously the blacklight happens. And I don't think, to be fair, we didn't even predict that. So fair play for a surprise factor. Yeah. And it looked good. It looked decent.
No, it didn't. The wrestling between the two of them.
well, this is the problem. Why, after all this time, Bray's first match back, it lasted 5 minutes, it was a giant advertisement for Mountain Dew, and it was, I don't know, really odd.
This to me, right? I have to defend LA Knight a little bit here, right? Because I can't moan about LA Knight week in, week out for the same problem I now have with Bray. And that was the fact that LA Knight, as a character, has been pissing me off because he comes out, he talks big, and then he either shits out and runs or he gets beaten up, right? So I'm like, how are you ever going to push him as a star when he's just a shitbag, right?
Yeah.
So I've been moaning about that. Again, from a character standpoint, he could be a star if they book him right, but right now they're booking him as someone who talks shit and loses, right? And then what did he do with Bray? Oh, you're going to unleash the darkness in me, all this kind of bollocks. And then 5 minutes worth of a match. What's he taught LA Knight? What lesson has he taught LA Knight in this match? Yeah. What was this whole, he's going to unleash this other side of, you see, all this shit he talked to LA Knight, and then what?
What he unleashed
Uncle Howdy landed next to him on the cardboard. Fantastic, thanks.
What he unleashed was a different set of face paint. Obviously, he put on that weird red mask at the end.
Yes.
It's kind of fiendish, but no. And obviously, he can't be used going forward unless every single match he has is a Mountain Dew pitch black match. So, yeah, it didn't really do anything, did it? But it's funny that, he chased him around, choked him out, and then we got Uncle Howdy jumping off which we couldn't even see the first time, could we? The lighting was all messed up and we couldn't see it. Do you remember? It was all just bright blue on ours. And we were like, what the fuck's happening?
What's up there?
And then they show you the replay, and where's all the people kicking off about the cardboard now?
I know.
Chris Jericho took a lot of flack.
I know, right? Uncle Howdy lands next to him on a big pile of cardboard and no one says a fucking word.
I think he overshot the landing. And then, that was just kind of it. I also have to question, and I know it was meant just to look cool. What's the kayfabe reason for having a gazillion luminous yellow hole punch circles?
I think they call it confetti.
No, it was like hole punch. Somebody was sat there with a luminous fucking paper.
No, you're right. Like, it's like, why is the announce table literally full of confetti? It's like, why?
Yeah, and like it already started to make its way into the ring somehow before they did the spot, and it was like, what's going on here? Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, what was the creative pitch of
but this is where they don't do anything more than visually it'll look nice.
Well, yeah, they've gone. What if we had an explosion, a neon explosion? How could we do that? I don't know. Hole punch pieces.
I'd have preferred they'd had like a Kane thing where he goes like that, and it's just confetti from all the fucking corners
with a like.
But yeah, for me, like, and this is where this whole shtick is starting to be a problem, because both LA Knight and Bray have the exact same problem. For me personally, I know some people are loving Bray and some people are loving LA, and to be honest, Bray Wyatt from a creative standpoint, I've always said he's fantastic, right? So I'm not dissing either of them as talents, but from the standpoint here right now, for me, is like I've seen an awful lot of talking and very little wrestling. I don't know if either of these are any good in the ring.
Yeah.
LA Knight is someone who I've seen talk and I've never seen in the ring, so I don't know if he's any good. I honestly don't know if he can wrestle. Bray has a history at least.
Yeah, I suppose as well, where do you go from here? Because it didn't, as you say, he didn't do something so insane that that's it. We're not, it's an end to the storyline. It's like, so what's LA Knight going to do next? It's like, oh my God, are you okay? Yeah, he missed me. Landed in the cardboard. Then some flames went off.
He actually beat him up worse, kayfabe. When we found them backstage covered in fucking chairs and all sorts of equipment.
Like this was
like quite you got thrown off something and beaten up a little bit.
Yeah, this is almost like a date at this point. Fucking nice romantic lighting and everything. So
it wasn't night. Okay, I'm done with that. So that was my pun.
Good night. Next, and I feel sorry for this one. This was flat as fuck, wasn't it?
Yep.
The crowd had so zoned out at this point. They'd had a rumble already. They had that fucking craziness to deal with.
Well, they were still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, and then we just got this match, and the whole thing felt lost.
I was really surprised the way they did this as well, because they booked it in a way that I thought there's going to be shenanigans, right? Mm-hmm. And there were, kind of. But it was like after she lost clean.
Well, I wouldn't call it shenanigans. We didn't get an Uncle Hardy appearance or anything. We got the same video that was played on Raw.
Do you feel in control?
Again, at the end. And it was like, really? Yeah. The match length was, again, it was like 7 minutes long. And it was like all the shit that they've been going through, like DDTing each other on fucking concrete and everything. And it was just little match, little win, video, done. Yeah. And it was just like, wow.
Okay.
So.
Disappointing match, I will agree.
I feel so bad.
And for two very talented women.
Well, that's it.
It was a shame that they never got that.
I mentioned this to you, and I think it's the same for both of them, to be fair. I am so over Bianca Belair. I mentioned on Hot Takes last week about Charlotte Flair, saying she's not evolved in her whole career run, has she? She's just played the same character. Yeah. It's exactly the same with Bianca. I remember
you mentioned this when she started trying to whip her with her hair, and you're like, oh, for God's sake, because that was like a shtick at the very beginning, and it's like you say, from a character standpoint, we needed to, like, even if she turned heel or something, it helps.
Something. It just needs some character development and growth. She's coming out with like, I go here now again, and like hitting her with the hair
now,
and it's like,
you've been on the main roster for over a year.
Well, exactly. It's like it's so boring. It's such a shame. She's such a naturally gifted athlete. She's phenomenal. She's strong as fuck. Should be the face of that women's division, but she's boring. She's so boring. Like, I'm done with it. And then Alexa, you've had all this kind of stuff going on for ages. Like, who is Alexa Bliss now? There's nothing to it. She's basically got a rocky kind of theme now. And then she comes out and she's kind of dressed a little bit darker, but looks like the old one. But she doesn't have to wear gloves anymore. She doesn't have Lily anymore. But, like, what is she? What's the point of her? She's a bit twisted Bliss. But... really?
Yeah, and it seems like, for me, this was a sign that they're either not ready or don't want to pull the trigger on her being anything to do with Bray.
Yeah, or maybe they don't even know what they want to
do. He just hassles her every once in a while.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel so bad. Like, literally, we can't even give this more than like a couple of minutes worth of mention because it was nothing, was it?
Well, Uncle Howdy was in the arena and couldn't even be asked turning up.
Well, exactly. We've had better matches on. This felt like a Raw match, but like a shit one, which is a shame. It was
a bit flat, and sadly the audience, like in terms of pacing, the audience were kind of worn out, I think, at this point as well.
Like it was just they tried their best as well to get them on side, but
No, that's the thing. The pair of them tried, but
yeah,
just wasn't the match, was it?
Didn't work. But then we got the Women's Rumble, Anthony, and I think we called it. I think everybody called it. So similarly to what we had with Cody.
Similarly.
I don't want to sound apropos, but similarly to what we had with Cody, is a lot of people got the correct predictions in who were going to win both Rumbles. So it was not a surprising Rumble in any sense.
Do you know what I will say, though?
Go on.
It was a really fucking good Rumble. A really good Rumble.
It was good.
Like, this is probably the first one where the reliance on surprise stars or legends and even NXT call-ups to some level was nowhere near what it has been.
Yeah, it was minimal, wasn't it?
This was like probably the first Women's Rumble where it's been largely fleshed out by the women's roster.
Yeah,
and not getting people in just so we can pad it out. I was so impressed with this Rumble just to demonstrate the star power they had. And you know what? Everyone brought it. Like Liv Morgan, like what a fucking performance.
Yeah. I love her. I just love her.
I know you love her, but she actually, like, aside from your clear bias, she was fantastic in this.
The thing is, as well, and I feel so bad for it because, and again, deservedly, Rhea Ripley will take all the plaudits for this. Everyone will be like,
to be fair to Rhea,
it's the Rhea Ripley show. I saw her in the post match. Yeah, she did.
She mentioned that,
and rightfully so, because she was number 2 and she lasted the whole match as well. So it's literally one.
They come in together
difference.
And they fucking finish together, and which was nice to see. Actually,
to be fair, they've given her a bit of credit and props for that, I think, because they gave her a run with the title. For whatever reason, people like shat on it straight away. It didn't really pan out, and it was kind of taken off.
Fickle.
Yeah. So I'm happy that they still see something in it, and they're not like, oh, it was a mistake to push her, because she is a champ.
Like you say, this shows, not even from a fan point of view, this shows a lot of faith in her, that she's come in with Rhea at the start of it, and they've ended it together.
Yeah.
This shows you that how much faith they've had in the pair of them doing that.
Yeah.
They both ran the gauntlet there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Liv is definitely an MVP. We need to call her out, but Rhea Ripley, man, she's what a star. She is literally the best thing in the women's division right now.
She really is.
As you know, you've been adamant throughout as well, and I completely agree. She's the leader of Judgment Day. She is that group.
And I like to think that they're leaning towards that themselves.
Yeah, well, if they don't, then they're silly. I hate all this stuff with Dominic. I don't get it. It's not funny.
Well, do you know what? Some people love it. And don't be wrong, some bits actually tickle me. Like when Dominic, I don't know whether it was deliberate or not, but it still tickled me. When Dominic come out with his dad's mask and struggled to rip it.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't deliberate. That was just.
But I don't know if it was deliberate or not, but he leaned into the fact he couldn't and he kept trying. And that's the exact Dominic who's bullshitting about being in prison, isn't it? So certain things work, but like, not to go away from the Rumble, and we'll get back to the Women's Rumble in a sec, but you look at the following Raw when Cody's having a back and forth with Judgment Day, because they were leading to Cody versus Finn. Fantastic fucking choice, by the way. And we had to listen to Dominic try and cut a promo. It's just still fucking awkward and cringe, and they shouldn't put a mic in that lad's hand.
No.
He's still green, he's still learning. I'm sure he could be talented, but they've thrown him into a really high position way too soon.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work for me. But Rhea being part of the Judgment Day has made the Judgment Day so relevant. It's fantastic.
She's absolutely killing it. Like, for somebody who is being criticised for not having much personality a couple of years ago to what she is now.
I know, right?
You know, it's night and day, and she is absolutely killing it. And you look at her and think, you know, she is world championship material. Now, I asked you this question before the Rumble, and I think we were both like, I don't know, probably she will pick Bianca. She has chosen Charlotte.
I know, yeah, that's surprising.
So,
I mean, it's one of them. Bianca, from a talent standpoint, that would have been a fantastic match, and it probably would have been good for Bianca for the reasons we were saying before, that it's getting a bit stale. But I mean, it's not going to be a bad match between her and Charlotte, and we're essentially running it back, aren't we? Because they've had that before.
I've got to wonder whether they're going to potentially give Liv the win in the chamber. And we have Liv versus Bianca, and we have Rhea versus Charlotte.
Maybe.
But I'd imagine they're going to bring the Judgment Day over to SmackDown to obviously set up Rhea versus Charlotte. But that also sets up Dominic and Ray, doesn't it?
Because they need to finish that.
So I think that's probably the way they're going to go with it. Something we left out as well, which was quite surprising. So in the men's Rumble, when Edge was in and out again and fought fucking... basically he carried on the stuff with the Judgment Day, fought down the ramp, and we saw Beth Phoenix, who speared the shit out of Rhea Ripley.
And she looked ready to have some sort of match, wouldn't you say?
So we were like, okay, we're going to see them two square it off later in the Rumble. Nope. So Beth hit her with a spear.
No sign of it.
Rhea sold it, obviously, during the match as well for the full hour and whatever she was in there. Again, a new record. So she's now officially the longest in the Women's Rumble and the only person to win it from number one. So all the records. But yeah, I was surprised we got no Beth after that.
Yeah, that was unusual, let's say. But absolutely fucking brilliant Rumble, brilliant finish, and the right winner in a lot of ways. I want to ask what you think of the new Asuka. Because this is like before WWE. I want to say Kana is maybe what they called it.
Yeah, maybe.
But this is referencing
like
a former gimmick.
Side,
yeah.
But
and to me, there wasn't a great deal of difference other than the face paint itself. Maybe seeing's believing, and you get a bit more going forward. But certainly for the Rumble, she come out with different face paint, and
I think basically it's not that different. She's a bit creepier, but she still does the mist, and she, still acts a bit.
I suppose, because if they'd have started doing the mist at this point, you go, well, that's part of the whole
she's
thing.
Been kind of doing it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that surprised, but we did get Chelsea Green showing up, Anthony.
Yes, we did.
Which
we
did.
It was surprising. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure. Now it's clear what gimmick they're going for. I'm not too sure I'm keen on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
She's worked with gimmicks before and managed to get them over.
Well, exactly.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but obviously she came in, big debut, and it was the quickest elimination ever in a women's Rumble, straight away, in and out. Bold decision to bring somebody back and have them just, do that straight away.
But clearly going into a new gimmick as a Karen. An extreme Karen, I believe they're referring to it as.
I believe so. And then obviously we covered it in the news a little bit, but Nia Jax came back, botched her own return at number 30.
Well, I assume from an editing standpoint they botched it.
Well, yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was botched.
There was no countdown. It was just suddenly, Nia's music hits.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what? What's going on?
And then they showed the countdown about 10 seconds too late. But, she was back and it was like, whoa, okay. And then everyone just kind of ganged up and eliminated her. And that was kind of the end of it.
I found that spot kind of odd because it was like the whole locker room just sort of collectively got together and said, fuck you. I don't know really what that was for.
Yeah.
But that was strange to me. What I did like was just slightly creative way they brought Michelle McCool into the match. When it was like, she was like almost as surprised as we were because she was in the audience with her kids and she was like,
okay, why not?
I quite like that. It's a bit different.
Yeah, but to be fair, obviously, and there was some NXT stars in there as well. They're obviously trying to shine a light on that and continue to grow in the women's division. So
well, not NXT. I think she's come onto the main roster now, but I want to mention Xia Li.
Yeah,
because I think she's a fucking star, and I think
also annoying though that they tried to take the staff off her because Royal Rumble. You can let Elias in with a guitar.
Yeah, that did irk me because it's like Elias can literally walk in and smash someone with a guitar. That's fine, but she couldn't have a stick. Yeah, but a lot of people have loved the inside references. Like we had Zelina on the apron with Xia. Mm-hmm. And they done like a whole a nod to Street Fighter because
it's bit on the nose.
She was dressed like a character from Street Fighter, I believe.
Yeah.
So like it was a bit, but I thought it was a cheeky little nod because of the way they positioned themselves. It was blatantly like a fighter.
It was.
I that is less on the nose than have a Mountain Dew slapped everywhere.
Well, as Zelina was coming down, it was like, she's dressed up like this person from Street Fighter, the new game coming soon. With
fuck off, Cole, you've never played it in your life.
It's like, oh my god. And then, after the fact, they're like, we made our most ad revenue. It's like, no fucking shit, Sherlock.
Thanks to Mountain Dew pitch. But
you see Cody as well. What a fucking, he was like, oh, I guess no one's tried this yet. Delicious. And it was like, what a fucking, he's just funny, isn't he? The company guy, he's just like
but yeah, so for me, I just wanted to mention Xia Li because I think she's someone who's going to be really fucking big in the women's division. Like, you can see it in her. She's fucking talented as fuck.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they do something with her. Which takes us on to the main event, Anthony, and
this is why we had to end not on the men's rumble like you would normally get. This is why we had to end on this match because fucking hell, what a story being told here.
The match itself, I think once we started off the match, I don't think we ever really thought Kevin Owens was going to win.
No.
Is the only thing. So it was very clear that Sami would have some kind of involvement, but Reigns was going to get the win.
Do you know what? For a second I thought, because there were a couple of ways they could have gone, and for a second I thought, you know what? He's going to cost him either deliberately or not deliberately, he's going to cost him the title, and his whole thing is going to be having to fix that. Right? Boy, was I wrong.
Yes.
But I don't know. I can't fault the way the story's unfolding.
Oh, it was like, as I said at the start of the episode, it's annoying that we put so much faith in the fact that Rock was showing up, because I don't think at the time we gave this the credit it deserved.
I agree.
And I think that's on us, right?
Yeah.
But having watched it back again, knowing full well that the Rock's not going to be there, like it was played out phenomenally. So obviously there was point in this match where Sami had choices to make and things to do, like get me a chair, and like he was reluctant to do it, and then he wouldn't pass him it, and by the time he passed him it was too late, and then you could already start to see the doubt seeping in. They were gnarly. So the finish was a bit just sudden as well, wasn't it? So Kevin Owens unfortunately did quite a bad botch.
Do you know what? Hats off to Roman on that. Having watched that back again, do you see the reaction time out of Roman when he sees him botch and rolls in to stop the fall being bad?
Yeah.
Fair play to him, man. He was quick off the mark there.
Yeah, defo. But we had that, and that was kind of like a ooh. And then we had a couple of near fall attempts, and then Roman took him outside and did some brutal throwing him onto the steel steps, which was...
That was a pretty gnarly...
gnarly.
And he done it twice.
Yeah, and then he just kind of put him back in and finished him off, and that was it. Which was all good. However, then after the match, we knew something was going to go down. Handcuffs came out. Owens handcuffed to the handcuffed to the ropes, and all the bloodlines start taking him out. And then Sami has a choice to make. So Roman hands him the chair, and what choice did he make?
I even love how they played that out as well, where it's like he's sort of stood by and he's let Roman beat up KO, and then they've got the lay, and they've gone like, he's a new soul, let's put it on him, and then Roman's like, no, wait, we're not done, and he's trying to get Sami to do it as well, trying to get Sami to attack him. The reluctance there. Everyone in this whole, I love the way they did it, because it was like this whole pack mentality of like, well, everyone's got a pass to be horrendous here because that's just what everyone's doing. They all joined the pack, didn't they? And Sammy's there like agonizing, like Jimmy and Jay both happily just super kicking the fuck out of KO, and it felt brutal. And then, as you say, ultimately Sami, he's meant to take out KO, he's meant to just join the bloodline officially, and bam,
he can't do it, can he?
A lot of people have shown the parallels of the betrayal of Seth Rollins and this as well. Like, the chair shot is very similar, which is nice.
I love, though, like, for me, the thing that stole the show was obviously Sami hitting Roman with the chair was like oh shit. Yeah. But then Jay and him and Sami, that story's gone full circle.
This is what I loved.
So Jay was the first. He was Sami to begin with.
Yeah.
He was the guy getting shoved in the face, and you're not, supporting the family and everything.
Yeah.
And he's been there.
And that's the thing, and I think that's why it works so well, because this is what I thought was perfect about the fact that everyone was happily beating on KO, and it was only when Sami was like, no, that Jay's triggered.
Yeah.
I like you say, because he's been through the same thing. He had to earn his spot the same way Sami had to, and Sami's the one who stood up and gone, no.
Yeah.
So that's made Jay react.
Yeah.
Whereas Jimmy and Solo were just put in position.
Yeah, the whole thing has been
like beautifully done.
Yeah, like, because if you think about like the stuff where, Jay was the last one to finally accept Sami, and then when he's finally accepted him, he's now got his back the most. He's the one who saved him at the trial. Yeah. Now he's the one who haven't watched it all go down. And you can just see when everyone starts beating the shit out of Sami and Jay holds back, you can just see how torn he is about everything. Yeah. So and then just the way he rolls out the ring and the fans are like, oh shit. Yeah.
But you see that? I didn't even pick up on it at the time. You see people keep showing that clip of Roman talking to Solo.
No.
Saying they like, we're at war now, Solo, or something like that. Trust nobody, or something like that. Like, his words to Solo were like, they weren't even for anyone's benefit in a big way, because it was as they were leaving.
Yeah.
But people have picked up on it, you know what I mean?
I'm kind of disappointed this isn't the way it seems to be going. But I think you might have mentioned this a couple of weeks ago before we even knew this. How crazy would it be to book an Elimination Chamber with the Bloodline and Kevin Owens? Because essentially you've got 3-on-3 now.
Yeah.
Because Jay's left the Bloodline. Yeah, Sami's left, and you've got Kevin Owens, and you've got 3 members remaining of the Bloodline.
I thought it'd be cool to have the Bloodline and KO by himself, essentially, in a chamber.
Yeah.
And the expectation is they're all going to support Roman, and that's where the betrayal could have come in.
Yeah, but now, knowing what we know, it's almost like a 3-on-3. Where'd you go? But it seems like they're not doing that.
You see everything you get in this match, though, right? With the way they brutalized Kev, the way they went after Sami, the way Roman clearly manipulates everyone in the bloodline. He's gone from heel to fucking villain at this point.
Oh god, yeah.
He is so good at what he's doing.
He was getting
so good at being a bad guy.
He was getting "fuck you, Roman" chants and everything, wasn't he? People hate him.
How this man hasn't been a heel sooner? I do not fucking know.
I know,
because he is killing it.
But to be fair though, if they would have made him a heel sooner, maybe the stars wouldn't have aligned like they have now.
Well, that's the thing. I suppose it's all as it's meant to have been.
Out. The thing, so obviously we didn't get The Rock, and at the time we were like, I totally thought we were getting The Rock, and I felt slightly deflated. But on reflection, I don't know why we felt that way, because we got a perfect ending.
Do you know what the trouble is?
Swerve to this story.
The trouble is, it would be a great match to have, right? And the WWE, and it's not in a bad thing because surprises are fun, but the WWE have messed with us before. So we can't even believe them when The Rock goes, I'm in no shape to have a match. You won't see me. And blatantly tells you, we still go, he's just trying to pull us off, because we're used to shit like that.
But they don't help because they keep referencing him and stuff as well. So
they definitely referenced him throughout the night, yeah.
But have they inadvertently caused themselves a problem here? Because which match would you rather see at WrestleMania? Roman versus Cody or Roman versus Sami?
I mean, this is the thing. Sami needs that match. He needs that match with Roman.
Yeah, which I think we're going to get at the Chamber. But do you not think after all, that's got the most story behind it?
The image was him in the Chamber, so how do you have him in a... because that'd have to involve... I want one-on-one Sami versus Roman.
I think that's what we're going to get, though.
So why was he in the Chamber?
Just because it's a promotional poster.
Fine.
Because what they've announced is it's going to be the men's US title in the Chamber and the women's number one contenders. I don't have anything fun to say about Austin, but
so I mean, I really hope we get just a one-on-one match between the two of them.
Yeah, it seems like we're going that way, and it might be at Elimination Chamber where we get that. But I don't know. The fans really want to see Sami get his revenge now. Obviously, the way they erupted when he hit him with the chair, and now he's still being beaten down.
Chapter 2, Sami's revenge.
Chapter 2, Sami Boogaloo. So yeah, all in all, Anthony, Rumble.
Fucking good Rumble, man.
It was a very good Rumble. It's a shame, obviously, how the Mountain Dew pitch black match could have been so much better if it wasn't so advertising focused, I think, and it had longer, which when there's two Rumbles, difficult. And then same for the women's match with Bianca and Alexa. It just didn't land, did it, unfortunately.
Both Rumbles, fucking boss.
And then that ending.
I do want to ask you, and because I agree with this point, just to put my colours on the mast here, but a lot of people are saying the women's Rumble outshined the men's. I'd kind of agree with that. Yeah. I don't necessarily say outshined. I think they were both fantastic. But if you ask me which Rumble I preferred, I probably would agree women's.
Yeah, I think both at the time when we were watching it, I don't know, it had something a little bit more about it, didn't it? I think with the men's one, Gunther was great and it had its moments, but as soon as Cody came out to 30, I think straight away it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, even though we thought Rhea Ripley was going to be the winner, it was...
With that fucking finish.
Yeah, it was like you didn't know where it was going to go. You had three of them left.
All three of them.
Former champs.
Yeah.
Like former, you could easily see them as on the marquee at Mania.
You have to admit, for a brief second, right, Asuka hit the mist, it hit Liv. And you think, okay, Liv's fucked, right? You can't see.
Yeah.
For a brief second, when Rhea goes for Liv and Liv drops her with you can't call it a code breaker. I don't know what they actually call it. And she hits her with that, and you're like, shit, is Liv going to do this?
Yeah.
Like, for a brief second, as much as like it made absolute sense for Rhea to win, when she hit that spot on the ring apron, I was like, oh fuck, they're actually gonna pull the trigger on Liv. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of them. Both Rumbles were good. I don't watch NXT, so I wasn't a massive fan of the amount of NXT call ups they did.
I mean, we have 3.
I think it was even more, to be fair. We have Cora Jade, Zoe Stark.
Cora Jade went there.
Oh, not Cora Jade. Roxanne? What?
Roxanne Perez?
Yeah, the champ.
Yeah.
She was there. Zoe Starks was there.
Who else?
There was more than that.
Where though?
There was. Definitely was. So
I believe you.
But either way, I don't know. Would it be nice to see maybe one or two more legends? I miss the legends. I get what they were trying to do, and they did it throughout the whole thing. It was less about bringing The Rock back or bringing people back in the Rumbles. It was about, look at the talent we've got.
This was kind of a statement to this Rumble,
is a new
in all
era.
fairness.
You need to focus on this talent.
I agree.
Which is right, because every WrestleMania is always about, who's coming back? Is it The Rock?
The funny thing is, though, the WWE are the ones who've leaned heavily on legends. So for them to try and make this statement now, it's like, well, if you didn't spend years relying so much on them, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Right? They need to find a balance really and go, well, it's not a problem having a couple of legends here and there. But I think they were definitely making a point this year.
Yeah. And it is the right point to make. But obviously, the Rumble fan in me, I always love to see surprise legends. But
And not just Edge every year.
No, or a Booker T who you knew was never going to win it. Like, remember when Mr. Perfect came back and it was like, holy shit, and he was like in the final four.
He fucking went for it,
Mr. Perfect going to finally get a fucking world title? And you were like, no way. But
wasn't perfect though, was it?
It wasn't, unfortunately. But this Rumble was damn near close.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening to us ramble on about the Royal Rumble, or Royal Rumble ramblings, if you will.
On.
Rumble on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
If you are watching us on Pro Wrestling TV, thank you very much. If you're not, why not go and check us out now? Download it for free. You get amazing content on there, all the wrestling. You can not yawn while I'm promoting all the amazing stuff.
I don't mean to. It's the middle of the fucking night. No, come.
We've got AAA. We've got MLW, obviously the home of MLW. We've got fucking Women's Wrestling Army, we've got TNT, we've got Warrior Wrestling, New South, everything's on there, as well as other amazing talk shows, including What Culture.
What Culture?
What Culture have joined us. They say that, so don't they? So that's a big up from us. I can't do it as well as Mr. I don't know how does it. That feels wrong.
There's only one Simon.
Yeah, but yeah, you can come watch those guys as well as us.
Indeed.
Obviously, if you're thirsty and if you like beer, head over to topropebrewing.com.
Get thirsty,
Get
bitch.
yourself 10% off with code A2theK10. And obviously, you can buy our merch available at Pro Wrestling Tees, and also check out our good friends Alt Wrestling Tees, who have provided some of those designs as well.
Indeed.
So, thank you for watching. Go and check out the news. We had a lot of cool news this week, and check out our interview with the wonderful Joy Giovanni. And
Indeed.
what a sweetheart she was.
Indeed.
So check it out. And until next week, you're going to insult them again?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't do a thing like that.
Until next week. Goodbye.